Hello, everybody. We are back for game number 2 of day 1 of week 5. Do have a slight error in the graphic here. Match number 2 will be casted by Monochrome as well as Brown and Autumn. How you guys doing?
Hello,
Doing
hello.
pretty good.
Today is a good day.
Yep. Nice and cloudy. Chance of rain. The usual.
True. Alright, so Legacy Ambassadors has forfeited this match. They did not have a full 5 members at the designated starting time, so we'll be an exhibition match.
It's most of their team, though.
Yeah, they did have most of the team. Or
So
a
we'll
couple
still call
players.
them. We'll still call them Legacy.
Legacy light, if you will. Alright, looks like we are going into picks and bans. Legacy Ambassador, starting with a Darius ban.
Yawa, Bo, and Joe were all in that exhibition match before this one. So hopefully we see some bans towards what we just saw.
Well, I highly doubt there'll be a Senna ban.
I can't see a Senna ban be coming out either from them. I don't think it's in their champion. Senna's in their champion pool really, but we have seen the set come out once, and the Aphelios ban as well as the Zerath ban are. I mean, the Zerath ban is a little bit uncommon for them, and so is the Zyra ban. But the Aphelios ban is a very common ban that we see a lot in this tournament, as well as my.
It's very hard to play against ADC, and there's a questionable Diana that sometimes just pinna kills the game and wins.
I don't see it ever happening, but okay. This is fine. I feel fine.
Well, I think it has more to do with like a positional thing. So like at lower elos, positioning isn't nearly as good. That's one of the major like gatekeeping strategies of higher elos is just really good positioning, and Diana really punishes like bad team positioning very effectively.
Especially when they come together and she's just like, alright, I'm gonna press the R key.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That is first pick Pyke. That's going straight to Joe.
We've seen Joe's Pyke on a multitude of occasions now, so I'm actually concerned as to how this is gonna turn out now.
Yeah, Joe's Pyke is beautiful. I mean, just beautiful.
We've seen a lot of very good performances on it, and the Shen being picked up on Legacy Ambassadors is going to be really, really fun to watch to see how he tries to negate the Pyke entirely.
It'll be neat. I wonder if it's like full AP Shin. You know, his like his ultimate scales at like 120% shielding off of his
It's
AP
something ridiculous.
ratios. So like you could do some pretty silly shields.
It'll be
I highly
fun to
doubt
watch.
it's that though.
I can't see it being that either. Tank Shen is the move here. That man is absurdly tanky. Not to mention Vi here is kind of a bit of a tank buster here. Very good at shredding tanks. Takes her a second to do so, but she's good at doing it in a 1v1 situation.
Echo picked up. That's just a very solid character at the moment.
Overpowered.
Overpowered is a good way to put that. Yes.
Overpowered. What? Who said that? I
Probably.
didn't say that.
Yeah, probably in the jungle. Could be mid though. Either or, both
Thing
work.
is how Lux can be flexed as well into the mid or the support role, and Echo can be flexed into mid and jungle.
Now
as
that
well as
is
top lane apparently.
that is Victor on Bo, and Bo's Victor has put results out onto the field for the past few weeks.
Specifically, the last week it was a very prominent performance, to say the least, with a lot of those gravity fields really coming in and getting a lot of usage out of that, which is the highlight of his Victor. Because usually you can tell the difference between a good Victor and a great Victor by the way that they use their gravity well.
Yeah, I'm staring at a Teemo ban.
What?
They banned Teemo.
This is fine. I feel fine.
Okay. The Zoe
Zoe
ban I
is on
can
fire.
kind of understand. understand, but like the mid lane's already picked. Looks like they're just banning things they're scared of, which I can respect. I am scared of that Pyke, and like I knew that Pyke was off the table during the exhibition match, and I still banned it because you never know with Joe. He might take it top lane. Hovering Kog'Maw here. That's interesting.
We did see that the Caitlyn and the Jhin bans, so both of their bans were targeted towards the AD carry.
A very smart banning there.
But Kai'Sa was left on the table, who we usually see do very well in this tournament. Usually we see the triad of AD carry bans called Kai'Sa, Caitlyn, Aphelios, which is still true in terms of pick ban.
Yeah, I
respect it.
There. Kog'Maw into Kai'Sa feels really, really rough. I'm hoping that like Death Griffin and Rivlet X here swap. I think that Lux would be the better. Oh wait, no, they're just out of order. Okay, I see what's going on here.
Yeah, they're just out of order.
So Twisted Fate mid lane, Lux support, Echo jungle, Shin top, Kog'Maw ADC. Pretty straightforward.
And there's a decent amount, I'll say, of protection for this Kog'Maw, because Kog'Maw is one of the champions who needs a lot of protection between the Lux and the Shen is there, but there's not really a whole lot of peeling tools, so to speak, aside from the Shen taunt.
Yeah, if they get on Cog, he's just gonna pop.
And it's going to be very difficult. Well, they can't pull anybody from him, meaning that Vi has a pretty straightforward path to just Q in, hit the Vault Breaker in, and Assault Battery her way through everybody to touch this Kog'Maw.
Yep. Should be noted that Litagawa is playing Singed, not Scion. Now he's known for his Scion play, and he does really well on it. However, it appears he's whipping out something fresh.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the Singe. Have we seen it? I don't think we've seen a Singe this tournament.
I don't think so. Maybe during one of the exhibition matches.
Probably one of the exhibition matches, but I don't really count that.
Of note, of the games that Litagawa has played for his team, 5 out of 6 of them have been on his Scion.
On which he has performed very well on as well. So
consistently good. So definitely showing he has other options. Let's see if he can prove it in game. Lots of engage on the side of the red team this game.
Yep, a lot of engage coming from the Vi. Even the Pyke can start fights. Singe can just run at them if he really wanted to. But he does have to deal with the Twisted Fate and the Lux and the Shen to get in there in the first place. So, although Singe does get very tanky, so it wouldn't be too difficult for him to run in there and just say Insanity Potion and just run around like a madman. But I'm more interested to see how Legacy Ambassadors decide to shield for this Kog'Maw.
If they play defensively, Echo can keep him alive with his stun, although I imagine Echo's going to be kind of bursty here. Lux with her shields and Shin with his ults, but I mean it's going to be mechanics based, 100%. If Kog'Maw gets picked, Kog'Maw's just going to get picked.
It's going to be really difficult to peel anybody off, so I would see that.
This is going to be the wonderful, terrible, miserable day for Kog'Maw, I think.
I don't know. I think that between the Shen and the Lux, in terms of shielding, they have plenty of shields for him. So I can see it turning out pretty nicely.
Brown and always the optimist. Quite a nice fella here.
Hey, listen, I gotta give it to the boys.
I started on Kog'Maw, so I'm hopeful he lives.
He'll be okay. I can see him being okay. I hope he's okay. Evil is concerned, but he's not out of this by any means. All the spectator
Definitely.
delay seems catching up with us, so we will be heading into Champ Select now.
Definitely don't count him out before the game starts. Death Griffin showing off a little bit with his Lux skin.
We see a Hail of Blades Shen. Now that's not something you see very often. Although I can see how useful it can be. You would see like Grasp or even an Aftershock sometimes. But no. Aftershock is very situational. It's like if you can guarantee that taunt, then it works out really nicely. But if not, then you're better off with Grasp. Not to mention Grasp is more health anyways, the more times you can proc it. But we do see the Predator Pike here, so I expect to see a lot of roaming going on there.
We're looking like an invade here. And you know I love my invades.
You love your invades. I like my 5-point starts
Oh,
to
they've been
get
spotted
efficient of
out.
everybody. See?
Now the question is, are they going to back out here, or are they going to just roll with it? Oh, they're going to roll with it. Full commit. Bone Skewer missing off of Joe, followed up by the breaking and entering. That's a little bit of damage. Flash. Or not flash, cleanse?
Clean.
Cleanse.
There's a cleanse on both sides of the game too. One on Kog'Maw, one on Victor.
That is a summoner spell you don't often see. Game has been paused. Looks to be a disconnect. Yep. Game is continuing as it was. Shen has reconnected, and we are good to go. Air Force having some minor issues, it would seem. Jungles are going to start off pretty standard. A leash for both sides, with just Shen showing up a little bit late to lane. He should get there just as his front minions die.
And also, the little Gawa, he should have probably held that if he knew. I don't know if he knew or not, but that
Fight
was
down
really
bot
close.
lane. Death Griffin already burning heal and flash.
The devastation coming from Joe's Pike on with the Bone Skewer. Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary otherwise. Uh-oh, level 2 goes
Binding
in.
goes
is
down.
able
Death
to land the
Griffin
Bone Skewer.
going to
Death
fall here. And that is a quick first blood at 2 minutes 30 seconds.
A very early first blood, mind you.
Joe doing as Joe does. Roaming, however, is going to get spotted out by several wards on the way up. And just turn around and walk away. Placing a ward on River as he goes. Just good, solid mechanics there.
And it seems like Air Force is able to put down quite a bit of damage on Little Galway here.
Oh yeah. Not quite the wet noodle fight we're used to seeing top lane.
Shen surprisingly does a lot of damage. Like, if you get hit by 2 of those taunts, expect to have at least half your health gone, because on top of the auto attack damage, it is % health damage on that Q.
Joe burning flash down bot lane. Answered by Tool's flash. Tool turning around. Dealing a lot of damage. That's some very aggressive play.
Although what I thought was interesting was how Air Force opted for the boots 4, rather than a Doran's item. Like most of the time, you see the shield.
Yep, that harkens back to the good old days when everyone started boots, back in like season 4.
Yeah, it's a long time since that's been a thing. But I mean, so there's just like better
Meanwhile,
start
mid
options.
lane, that's a lot of damage coming out of Bo.
Bo's have just been poking him out. And Tool does end up going down. Will he be able to kill Joe with it? He will get the return kill with the passive.
Vi coming in
The
off
Vault
the
Breaker
gank,
is
smash
here.
pockets. Yep, and there's another dead.
Doesn't even matter.
Oh no, it has to flash out to stop the third tower attack though.
Mid lane.
Meanwhile, mid lane got a fight going on. Ain't your mommy taking damage? Bo not caring about a gank in the least.
Barely having enough mana to keep him off like that.
Very true, but walking away, very healthy. Top lane got another flash coming out. Air Force going in on Little Gawa, getting the kill. And then
something we usually
Echo executes to the jungle. So,
That's definitely not something you want to see.
no, that always the solo queue special. Mid lane got a fight going on. Joe getting a little
Landing
bit of poke.
He lands the Bone Skewer, but opts not to use the Phantom Undertow to stun him, not trusting his damage.
But back to the execute by Echo. That is never something you want to see when you're in solo queue. Even if your jungler's doing well, it just seems to hurt the morale pretty effectively.
It could, but since remember this is organized play, so to speak. So, not
Yeah.
so to speak, it is organized play. So usually it's pretty relatively easy to recover from that, especially if like you laugh it off.
Yeah.
But we do see Revelet down here on his Twisted Fate here in the bot lane, ready to make something happen. But it doesn't look like anybody will commit to anything.
Death Griffin and Tool doing a pretty good job of bullying this bot lane. That is a long range binding landed. Meanwhile, mid lane, Your Mommy is looking to gank onto Bo again.
He's sitting on
Bo's
the
at full mana.
As well as the option of level 6 here.
Down
lane.
bot lane, Tool going in on doing a lot of damage. Venom X looking low. It's gonna get out.
Although Kog'Maw's not a popular champion, he does still do a lot of damage, especially with the percent damage that he does from his Bio-Arcane Barrage. It's a lot. It's not something you can sleep on.
I harken you back to the good old yesteryears and the Juggercog team builds.
top jungle.
Meanwhile, top jungle looks like we got some positioning going on. Might get a fight.
Felt
Ults
better.
popped off. Smash Pockets going in on Ain't Your Mommy, taking a lot of damage, and will fall right before the stun lands.
That's just an
Hey.
attestament to vision control there.
Yep.
Mid.
Mid looks
Mid.
like Joe hovering. Wants to get some action in. Goes for it. Misses everything and takes a lot of damage. We'll kill off a couple minions and get a little bit of gold off of that. It's not a total waste. Death Griffin coming in, trying to get some damage off. Low on
Having
mana
some
though.
abilities.
Joe's gonna back out safely here. Meanwhile, top lane fight was just straight up missed by me. Little Gawa doing quite fine on this singed. Currently matched in CS. I'm getting assists out.
From a bot.
Bot
Another
lane
roam
looks
coming down
like
here in the bottom.
this is a high energy game.
Stuff
I'm
happening
gonna
all over the map.
walk across a ward. This should clear that out here. Joe trying to get a hook, but it doesn't quite go or carry over the wall. Bone Skewer's bounce back is not the largest, but it is often cases enough.
And it just seemed as though, again, with the vision control, what happened in top lane was Air Force was caught between Little Gawa and Smash Pockets in the jungle rather than underneath the tower. Was able to get to the tower, but still died underneath the tower. Was what happened there.
Yep, in
And then the
game.
flash below mid lane from Ancient Mommy to try to kill Bo, but that didn't quite work either, which is how we're in the current situation we're in now.
Yep. I'd like to draw attention to this pink ward on the blue buff of Legacy Ambassadors. That is well placed and will give lots of information. In game, definitely smart about their vision control.
A lot of members seen down here on the bot side of the river.
Meanwhile,
straight
top
top
lane.
side.
Yeah, top side, we got a little fight going on. Little Gawa taking a lot of damage off of this Echo.
Shen.
Shins? Or
Your
Shin,
mom's
yes,
here.
not Shin, or not Echo. Echo roaming up. Ain't your mommy looking to get a little action here. Standing on a ward.
Ops the taunt a little bit.
Yep. Oh, does the cheeky BM. I'm gonna spam some emotes so you stand there and then attempt to go in. That is using your advantages, even if they're a little bit scummy.
Although they did decide to waste all that time, to use all that time up there, which ended up in bot lane, or in Smash Pocket just able to solo the dragon, no problem, uncontested. The ultimate coming out for Twisted Fate to return to mid lane, so no gate to be used, or Destiny to be used for quite some time.
Flash
burn.
lands, flash burned. That is a lot of ults going, or one ult going off anyway. Just gonna feed that gold into the Vi of Smash Pockets.
It's unfortunate that Smash Pockets just happened to be there, and they didn't have any vision of him. Otherwise, I don't think Revelet would have flashed over into him.
Now I am a little confused. I believe Joe had his ult up. Meanwhile, bot lane's having a fight. Death Griffin looking to get some damage down here. Kog'Maw getting the revenge kill on the death. Shin ultimate popped, and looks like there's just going to be a nice clean disengage after that. Overall, a 1-for-1 ADC for support. But both kills going to the victims.
The build so far being very, very interesting. Just I want to point out, the Kai'Sa decided that VenomX decided to go Storm Razor despite the 5 damage nerf on it, which means that we probably won't see a Q upgrade on her for quite some time, because that 5 AD actually made a huge difference in the way that it interacts with her level up passive.
Very curious.
Because like I found out firsthand that with the new Storm Razor, she, even despite having finished Ginsu's as well as the Storm Razor, does not give you an upgraded Q.
Huh.
Bot lane.
Lots of things going on everywhere. Bot lane, Tool's taking a lot of damage under tower here.
Hooked by Joe.
Gonna die. VenomX low, but like not that low. Joe looking to maybe come around on Death Griffin here. Standing on a ward though. That won't get it done.
Able to stop the back of Joe, but top lane,
got
another fight seems to be breaking out.
Air Force going to get going to
Double
die
stun.
here eventually, I think. Maybe, I don't know. This fight is going back and forth very aggressively. Hey, your mommy pops ult. It's the gets the health.
Doesn't look like it'll be enough.
Oh,
it
gets
will
the
be with
flash kill. That was smooth. Gonna have to do a lot of running here, and I don't think you can do that versus a Singed. Singed. Not rushing Rylai's here, going for Righteous Glory.
Righteous Glory. Which I wanted to bring back to attention is like the build paths and the build orders that have been pretty interesting.
Top.
Top lane, Victor, or not Victor, Shin dying to the little Gawa under
Underneath the
tower.
tower. Probably thought he could outplay it, but bot lane.
Looks like we're about to have another fight. Bone Skewer goes out and misses. Tool walking away. This is a very action-packed game. Joe taking a lot of damage here from Tool. Bone Skewer charged. Gonna just let it time out. Meanwhile, mid lane got Victor falling to Echo. Ain't Your Mommy doing some aggressive ganking. Both junglers are very aggressively ganking. Meanwhile, bot lane, Final Spark lands, gets the kill, and then Tool getting the kill onto Kaisa. This is back to back to back to back to back. TP top
Non-stop
lane.
action.
Yep. Air Force trying to slow down this this push real quick from Little Gawa. Really stretching his legs on this Singed, showing that his champion pool
Smash pocket bot.
is deeper than one. Bot lane looks like we're about to have another fight. Tool very low, going to get smited with a slow. Smash Pockets just comes in, smashes.
The excessive force just punching him in the back,
Yeah,
breaking his back. But it looks as though the dragon is the next objective on the map for them to look at, which it is. And it's
top
gonna
lane,
go
we got a nice
relatively
little
well.
fight going on. Little Gawa
Contested.
throws the wrong target there, allowing Air Force to survive that. Looks like it should be a pretty clean dragon for in-game. Yep, no real contest there. Smash Pockets going deeper, trying to get a little bit of counter jungling in. Maybe come in off the backside for this twisted, this Twisted Fate.
The Assault and Battery is available for Vi, so it might go for it. Doesn't
Charging
see
it
Death
up.
Griffin here, now he does, so might opt not to.
No,
Opts to
still
go for it
goes in,
anyways.
doesn't
uses it.
care, lands the
Death
ult,
Griffin
taking a
goes
lot of
down.
damage for it. He's gonna die for that gank. Now, so far, 1 for 1.
Very interesting choice to go for that, despite seeing the Lux and the Kog'Maw. I mean, the Lux and the other members of Legacy Ambassadors to show up there underneath the tower. But even with that, I still think that this Shen build is a little not tanky.
No, I'm kind of confused as to what I'm looking at.
Top. Nope.
Top, looks like we have another fight going on, Little Gawa. Gonna just walk away. Of note, Joe just deep into the enemy jungle, getting wards everywhere. This is a very effective support.
Is probably opting for the Umbral Glaive.
Yeah,
now
I
that
like.
his Predator Mobius are completed.
Yep, top lane looks like we have another little fight going on. This one looks closer to a wet noodle fight than what we've been seeing.
Smash pocket is
I
there.
wouldn't say that.
Smash Pocket's looking for the gank, gonna get caught up by the ward. He's gonna stay around though.
Might head mid here.
Yeah, looks like he might head mid actually. He's really got the hard on for this Twisted Fate here. Oh, no. Changes his mind, goes for Rift Herald instead. There is no vision on this, so he might just get this uncontested. Unless Echo just happens to run this way, but he's going to clear out top lane, so it should be fairly
It's just a
clean.
Fate Ultimate goes out, so they can see the Vi on the Rift Herald now, which they do not have enough time to respond to.
No, they're just a day late and $1 short on that one.
About a 3,000 gold lead.
For
But-
in-game. Pike
3,000
does
goalies
finish
play
out
in-game,
that an Umbral Glaive. I absolutely adore that item. Flash burned out, Mid lane top, got another fight going on. Echo ults out. Air Force trying to get a kill on here. Little Gawa just kind of kiting about, doing Singe things. That is a champion with like a very odd playstyle, very non-intuitive. Involves a lot of running around. Smash Pocket coming in, trying to get a kill here, but he's gonna fall. Joe missing the second ult, and it's going to the death from below, getting the first kill, but not the second. Bo taking a lot of damage here. Joe landing the spike, landing the stun, but eating a lot of damage for it. Tool gonna get an execute there too. Tool with a double kill, really keeping this game nice and close.
Not to mention, Tool did opt to go the Rage Blade first, so that's a lot of attack speed on his side. When that baby's fully stacked, it's AC 24 plus, it's 48, it's almost 70% attack speed.
Yeah, plus Kog'Maw's. Does he still have that passive attack speed boost on his Q? Or
Yep.
his W, actually?
It's not an attack speed boost. It was never an attack speed boost. It was a range boost as well as a max health bonus on hit.
Okay.
But it does, like it's even coming into play right here.
Oh my god, that damage. Ults from behind though. Tool gonna follow the Smash Pockets. Just a minor positioning error. Wasn't planning on them being behind. Little Gawa's going to dodge that final spark. Got a fight going on. Air Force pretty deep into the enemy lines. Smash Pocket's having to get out of there, but Victor getting the kill. Bo, all this Victor is very scary. Dealing more damage. That is the ult, the death from below. Coming in, getting another double.
It looked like it was starting out really well at the beginning of the fight for Legacy Ambassadors, but it turned out to be a 4-for-1 in favor of Endgame here.
Now, Shelly's going to get 2 solid hits onto this tower, or 2 solid charges. Should fall shortly after this, but they should get this tower.
No, it looks like she's going to get a third. Oh, no.
A third. Great execute. Dragon will be picked up. That is third dragon, which means that Bo eating a ton of damage, gets shut down.
Just too much CC between the Lux Bind and the Twisted Fate Gold card.
Now it should be noted that Legacy Ambassador is going to have to try really hard to keep Endgame off of this 4th dragon. Dragon Soul is going to be infernal, and that is a lot of extra damage. Tool going to get picked out by Joe here? Maybe, I don't know. This is a lot of damage.
No, Tool is just going to run him down.
Oh, wow, what a well done
so
death
close.
blow. Gets the execute. Joe on this pike is an absolute work of art. Vi coming in.
Vi coming in the mid. Air Force going down almost immediately, and Joe is here in the mid lane
Joe
for Death Griffin.
just off the back line. He's just always on the back line. Echo looking to get a pick here. Catches Joe rocking this way. Joe gonna like annoy this guy. And then escape. Meanwhile, just like the base is falling apart. Tool trying his best to defend. He's dealing a lot of damage, but he's going to get picked out here by Little Gawa, and the kill is going to land. Ain't Your Mommy going to get a kill off, or no, going to let Tool get the kill on the Kog'Maw passive.
Put both
To
Nexus
defend
towers.
the space. Teleport to top lane, trying to defend off of Bo, but I don't think it's going to be enough. That is a lot of poke and a lot of siege on that Victor.
The Lutids and Rod of Ages are completed from Revlid's Twisted Fate, so it's not like they're entirely out of this game. The 10,000 gold lead says otherwise, but it's going to take a lot.
Air Force trying really hard to escape, but he get caught by Little Gawa here.
Air Force
Final
probably
spark
gonna
comes
go
down. That's
here.
a lot of damage. Little Gawa super low, gets shut down. Ain't your mommy looking to pick on Victor here, but that's not someone I'd want to chase. Meanwhile, mid lane, Death Griffin on the support Lux gonna get the kill. Bo dealing lots of damage will eventually fall to Rivulet.
And it goes 4 for 0 for the side of Legacy Ambassadors, who are looking towards this Baron now. What looked like it would look a lot like Air Force getting caught out was deceptively tanky, seeing as how the two people that caught him out were magic damage champions, and he has a Maw of Malmortius as well as the Merc Treads to make sure he doesn't stay CC'd for too long. So
Now,
they look
should
to
be noted
Baron.
that Smash Pockets is still alive and has Smite up. Going to be in the back line, trying to just mess everything up. Tool's going to just like whack on this Baron for a long time. Smash Pockets getting another kill. Joe getting another kill. Tool getting the kill on the Smash Pockets. This fight is just going back and forth constantly. Tool trying to escape. Meanwhile, in the base, Little Guy was just like taunting, waiting for the minions to get the kill. This is abusive right here.
Everyone is just... That entire fight went down, and just Little Gawa said, forget it, I'm just going to run it down mid with the supers.
Yep,
and now he's clearing the minions out.
That's what Stinge can do. He's going to just end the game casually here. Taunt goes off, but it's too late.
It's much too late. Much too late.
Oh lord, what a game. That was all over the place. Constant action. I bet that was a joy to watch. If you're not trying to like cast every little thing going on.
I felt like wait. I felt like if Legacy Ambassadors stayed in the pit, they probably would have been able to burn it down fast enough to get back in position, and they didn't really have to fear the Vi if all four of them were standing there and just turned on her when she jumped the wall. Or if they had just stayed there and then sent the Shen over the wall to keep her from getting over it, like right before it was in smite range. But in a lot of different ways, I feel like it definitely could have went. But splitting up there clearly wasn't the move for them, as Vi was able to marathon fight it, is the term I like to use. Like 1v1 and then another 1v1 back to back, 3 of them in a row, and just able to run it down on them.
Yeah, that was
took a lot of their damage away from the Baron for doing that.
That was a game and a half. That was a non-stop action, non-stop craziness. Enjoyable. In a very chaotic way. If we'll look at the graphs here, I'd like to point out that Kog'Maw did a lot of damage here.
Yeah, like I said, you can't sleep on Kog'Maw's damage. He has a lot of % HP damage, and once he's got the attack speed as well as a little bit of AD to work with it, it's a lot. You can't ignore it.
Tool making a point of just really showing that.
Kog'Maw's still a very good champion.
He got picked quite a bit. He ended up with a final score of 7-8-2. It's a very real risk of playing Kog'Maw. You don't have much escape, but the damage potential of that is absolutely wonderful.
I still think he's one of the highest DPSing AD carries in the game.
It does seem like we're going to get an interview after this game with Smash Pockets, the Vi, from that last game.
From in-game?
Yep, in-game's Smash Pockets did very good. If we're going to bring him in, and hi, Mr. Smash Pockets, how did you feel like that game went?
The game went well. It was a good early game lead that we got by getting sums from that invade, and then we were just able to get small, tiny leads that slowly just turned into a snowball. Unfortunately, they were able to come back into it a few times. I think we definitely forced a few fights that we shouldn't have that gave them some gold back, but in the end, we were able to turn it out with that Baron fight at the end.
Yeah, speaking of that Baron fight, how did you how was your experience in that?
So I died trying to get those 2 Nexus turrets the instant before that, and so they had 4 rushing to Baron after they wiped our team, and basically I put a pink in the Baron pit and they never cleared it, so I had vision the entire time, and yeah, they just came at me 1v1 the entire time, and as a Vi who's fed with a Triforce, it's kinda just easy pickings, unfortunately. I feel like if they would have just turned off the Baron and fought me, they could have easily turned back onto the Baron and taken it, and it would have been a much closer game.
Yeah, Tool stayed on Baron the entire time that fight.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of damage potential on that Kog'Maw.
Mhm.
So I can definitely see your point there. You're with this game, your team progresses to 7-1, right?
I believe so,
Mhm.
yeah.
Um, so you're doing quite well this series. Do you think that you're going to take it all the way and
I mean, I
go?
hope so. I hope so. There are other good teams though, and unfortunately with League, it's 1v1s and game best of ones, and you know anyone can win any day, even if they haven't been winning throughout the entire league. So it's definitely anyone's league still, and we're just hoping to take one game at a time.
I hear you. We're going to head to commercial break. Thank you for your time, and we
Mm,
wish you the
sure.
best of luck for the rest of the series.
Thank you.
Next
Uh,
game, we do have Threat Level Midnight versus Iron Dragons, and that's not a game you want to miss. So stay tuned.